Talking of which...
Are you fuddled by Facebook or baffled by Bebo, mystified by MySpace? Well, we might be able to help you.
Yeah, because all this week we have got techno whiz Kate Russell with us and two self-confessed computer phobes.
Now, on Monday, we showed them and you, if you didn't know, how to create and send an email. And actually, by the amount of emails, new emails from people we've had who've never sent one before, who are loving it and saying, thank you very much indeed, I was terrified, but now you've shown me the way, you are actually getting into this as well. Yesterday, we showed them how to find their way around the web using search engines.
Yep, and today we've got a masterclass on how to find new and old friends online. So I'm going to talk to Kate first. Let's talk about Friends Reunited first of all. I mean, we know there are dating sites and all that sort of thing, but
there are.
That's let's not go there at the moment. This is simply the safest, most secure way of looking up an old friend or an old acquaintance you haven't seen for years and years and years.
Absolutely. I mean, there are 19 million people listed on the UK Friends Reunited website, and there are also versions for abroad as well, so you know, and they're all interconnected, and that's not the only site that you can do this. There are lots of, as you mentioned, you know, MySpace, Bebo. You can find sites about genealogy, you know, forces, forces sites where you can keep in touch with people that you perhaps were in the armed forces with, and it's awash. The internet is awash with people finding people that they haven't seen or spoken to for years and years and years, decades even.
Which could be lovely if there's somebody you just lost touch with and you'd like to know how they're doing.
Incidentally, both my parents are remarried to people they met through internet dating at the moment. So
are they really?
Exactly.
Wow.
So it's, you know, it's a new phenomenon. It's not such a new phenomenon anymore, and really people are beginning to embrace it, and it's changing people's lives.
Well, we'll have a look at and talk about the sort of the things to be aware of in a moment after we've found out how you actually do it.
Perfect.
And this is how.
One of the fastest growing areas on the internet are social networking sites. And these are websites where you can meet new people or get in touch with old friends and relatives you may have lost contact with over the years.
Bebo, Facebook and MySpace are just a few. To find the site you want, go to a search engine and key in the main words of the page you're after. This should bring up a link to the site.
Friends Reunited was one of the first of these types of sites to become popular. Like most social networking sites, it's completely free to register, and then you enter some personal details that might help identify you to other members of the site, such as your maiden name, your date of birth. The following pages will ask you to fill in more details about your life. Now enter as much information as you can, as it's this that will link you to other members of the site. Once you've entered all the information you want, the site will send you a confirmation email. Now you need to read that email and click the activation link in order to validate your account. You can now search through all the names of the people who are registered. And there are currently over 19 million people listed on the UK site, so you may well find an old school or work friend. If you see anyone you'd like to contact, just click the link to send them a message. Now, this is all done through the website, so your personal details are always kept private. And remember to check your inbox regularly in case anyone is trying to get in touch.
And I think that's what people would be concerned about is allowing other folk that you don't want to see your personal details to get into to either your account, your money, you know, details about you. How do you protect yourself?
Absolutely. I mean, that's the beauty of this kind of site, is that it is all done through the site, and there is a feature on the site. If somebody's getting in touch with you that you're not interested in hearing from, you can block their messages, so you never hear from them again, no matter how many messages they try to send to you. And this all happens sort of, you know, behind the mechanics of the website, so it's not even, you know, sort of maybe something that they'll be aware of. And that's, you know, all of these social networking websites have that feature. And, you know, the advice is, you know, there are some do's and don'ts, as if we want to go through the do's and don'ts. Do use a username which is sort of relevant to you, and chat with people online, but don't give out your personal name, such as your real name, your address, your contact details, your telephone number.
So you could call yourself Smelly Socks or something.
Exactly,
that would be fine.
That's how you were known in school, for sure. That would be a great way to identify yourself. Do think about meeting people in real life, but do take precautions, use common sense, meet in a, make sure that you've contacted them, you know who they are, and you want to get in touch with them.
Well, you've got to
meet
ask
in a
them
public
enough
place.
questions that only they would know about your school days and stuff.
Exactly. Arrange to meet them in a public place, tell people that you know where you're going to be. If I meet someone from an online contact, I will always tell a friend, if I don't text you in an hour, I'm in this place, with this person. And anybody that you're with, if you then say to them, I've just got to text my friend to say that everything's okay, they'll understand
a genuine
that.
person.
Exactly. Do put photos up, but make sure that you're aware that those photos are available to the world at large on the internet. So don't put anything up that you want to keep private. And also, if you're putting pictures of friends and relatives up, maybe get their permission first, just to make sure that they're happy.
Good. Well, we've got
worked.
Peter and Pam have been having a fantastic time. Morning, both of you.
Good morning.
You are now our computer wizards. You'll be super users in a minute. Pam, you got onto one of these websites and you have found a couple of people you haven't heard of for a long time.
Yes, I wasn't able to find my closest friend at school, so I've got in touch, because she's not on Friends Reunited, so I've got in touch with another one to see if she knows, where she is and how to contact her.
So you're going via, the clues. You're finding people.
Yes.
And this is someone you lived opposite to in 1945. You used to play together when you were about 9 years old.
Yes, that's
So did you think that you'd come across something like this when you started this little adventure?
Well, I knew of it, but I hadn't even tried to.
No.
And Pete, what about you?
I found the brother of a great mate of mine at primary school.
Yeah.
And we were together at primary school and then at grammar school, but we were also together in a juvenile concert party called the Heswell Starlets.
So when he said earlier on that it's all this adventure changed his life. Anyway, more after the news.